just to sparkle you, just give you some flavor. This gracious Sunday morning. Before I'm on my way to work, a couple of homies asked me to touch on the situation about the alleged, the brother that was live on IG with his homie, and he got hit up in the car. He got hit by the car. Some people think he may have passed away because of the Nipsey hustle disrespect. Um, that could play a part to it. I spoke to one of my West Coast homies, and they give me a lot of light of situations out there. Because you got the OGs, the YGs, the BGs, the triple OGs. And a lot of times the younger homies, they, like good example, the younger homies be going at it with a bunch of other homies with the triple OGs and going at it with other triple OGs. You know what I'm saying? So, Quinn was popping G'd up. So, they explained to me, like, that could be anything. We're not going to say it had to do with the Nipsey thing because, Nipsey touched everybody. But definitely those little homies, they gravitate to that. And I said, what you mean by that? I go, graffiti's graffiti. He goes, nah, out here in graffiti, dudes sometimes use that as a form of disrespect. So, you know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? And I'm like, he goes, yeah, like when you see, it's Papino Harlem Double, when you see like pictures of CK and BK and all that signs of disrespect in certain hoods. Those words create a rap between certain sets and certain individuals. So I'm like, so he said, good example. When you write 60K, somebody might die over it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, it's a little more different. Yeah, you got the graffiti artist. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know the beef that these dudes be having. So it'd be the little homies, the older, most of them OGs and triple OGs that come up from doing all that time, or get their life together. Most of them, they create businesses, own businesses. A lot of them own businesses, believe it or not. They move on to bigger and better things. But bringing them together a lot of times is hood day. A lot of them don't even live in the hood no more. You know what I'm saying? But as someone's educating me on it, so I had a clearer picture. Like, okay, dude could have died over anything, but definitely that most likely put a target on his little clique's back. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he disrespected Nip. You. Because, like I told you, the graffiti out there is different. See, them disrespecting Nip, you, is not just disrespecting Nipsey, it's disrespecting the set. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying with the graffiti thing out there. You got graffiti artists that get busy, make blow ups, and you got people that write graffiti in a form of disrespect. Whoop whoop, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, that's deep, bro. Like, yeah, it's serious with that graffiti thing that they do out there. Because these dudes, these young boys that go in somebody's hood, and there's a bunch of dead homies' names they go over. Just that Nipsey's famous, so that's what we're going to hear about. They do it all the time, you know what I'm saying? But it'd be the young boys, it'd be those YGs, whatever they call it, whatever status that these guys have. And it creates craziness, you know what I'm saying? But what it is, that's the world they live in, generational gangbang. Remember, these guys grow up in gang. They mother Crip, they father blood, or they father Crip and blood, so they don't know no better. For the ones that want to still stay attached to the street. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, you have to remove yourself. That's the best thing, is to remove yourself. They got generational gangbanging, like here in Chi-Town, where I'm close to. I'm 5 hours from Chi-Town. It's generational banging out there. So with the generational banging, things like wearing your hat the wrong way might get you shot at. You know what I'm saying? The way you have your sneakers, or just writing some craziness on the wall. And as crazy as it sounds, it's just like these young boys now. When they see them eat out smoking their dead homies and blunts, that's not cool. You don't suspect nobody's dead homies, but that come back to bite you. You know what I'm saying? They might not kill you, but somebody else that's in their car going live might get 30 shots. You know what I'm saying? These young boys be into a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Remember, out there it's different because every other block is banging. You know what I'm saying? Like this set could be going against it with them. The Mexicans. That could have been anybody, you know what I'm saying? That could have been him, wherever he was at, violated, you know what I'm saying? But don't get it twisted. The Nipsey diss probably put a target on his back with, any crip that seen him in his little circle, they up to count, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, I'm telling you, a lot of that be that, it's crazy. I'm like, because New York, you write over somebody's name, you might get punched in the face writing graffiti, but they have had to have gang truces, meetings, OGs, where the young boys bugging out, they wrote this in our territory. You know what I'm saying? So I think out there, out there it's a different culture. See, New York, you might get cut. Now you got a lot of shoot the corner up, drive by, walk up on cars, all that out here. That happens out here. Out west, where I'm at, Midwest, out west, a lot of that happens. When you be in your car, somebody walk up on it and light it up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't really pay to get caught up in the street stuff, be caught up on the block. If you can find something illegal to do it. Somebody asked me, said, yo, Z, why don't you report on dudes that's in St. Louis? And the reason why I don't report on dudes from St. Louis, because these dudes have real beef. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to interview an individual that's going to be completely talking about another person's dead homies and his ops this, and this is what we doing over here. Mind you, I'm the one that got to move around. These dudes is moving around at night. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind reading something out the newspaper, but when you have to sit down and get caught up in their issues, you remember, you're going to be the one passing their messages on these lives, you know what I'm saying? So it becomes real, you know what I'm saying? It becomes something that's real, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, these dudes out, they remember, the gangsters out here have legal guns. They say they have their guns for the use of defense. That's their lingo. Yo, I'm gripped up because I'm on my defense. You know what I mean? One cat told me, yo, because where his grandmother lives at, a lot of the homies be sitting in front of his crib, or his homies, dudes who I pass the block to, shooting the block up all the time. His grandmother, they got mad bullet holes in the house. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But these young boys don't know nothing about that. These young boys look at that as a form of disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Because they do it to disrespect the set. They think they get everybody mad when they go over a dead homie's name. They think that's cool. They think it's cool when you go inside somebody hood and write BKC. We play with those words. BK killer, CK killer. Dudes die over that. You know what I'm saying? On real time. We play with GK and we do BDK and that's all the rap stuff. You go to Chi-Town talking like that, you're going to get shot. We play with that, you know what I'm saying? We keep trying to make real things commercial. People really dying over that in those zip codes. They may not kill the individual who actually threw it out there, but they're going to catch one of his men slacking somewhere and get him. You know what I'm saying? That just mounts up to the hate. You know what I'm saying? And this has been going on for years. It's just that because of hip-hop, things happen and people pay attention to it. Do I think the young boy deserved that? Nah, not at all. But we don't know what he was into. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what he was into. You know, we have to be mindful that different markets, they bang a different type of way. You know what I mean? And when they bang a different type of way, what make us pop, don't make them pop. Remember, this is generational gangbanging. This is something that's going on passed down. I don't want to say everybody that live in the 60s hood is crip, but the ones that actually flow with protocol, they got generations that's crip. My great grandfather was OG, boom, 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 and my uncle was such and such, and my dad was boom. There's a lot of dead homies. See, in that little B and C war, there's a lot of dead homies. We can still say that whatever we got going on in New York, most of the dudes are locked up. They can say, damn, our triple OG got smoked. My uncle got smoked. He got killed at the swap meet. Yo, such and such got killed over here. Yo, you know what's funny? And this is just one for the books, man. You know, when it comes to this culture, you know what I'm saying? Disrespecting dead homies is never cool, man. And I think New York, we become like followers. We used to be the trendsetters, but I think we follow what we think is majority. And since we know that the California has a large majority, that South has a large majority, we tend to follow that. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't smoking dead homies. We wasn't disrespecting. If you seen the mural, we didn't write disrespectful things on the mural. Even if we was going to war with dudes, we ain't go, yo, F son. You know what I'm saying? But now these young boys is following these trends that's greater than them. And that goes to show you, man, how do a bunch of guys, a generation, fall in line with a bunch of individuals from other markets. That this is what they do. This is what they do in these other markets. This is what they've been doing in these other markets. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not cool. Piece of Cheryl Ted Kenny was popping top of the morning. I had to give you some of this good breakfast, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, one thing I'm going to say that my son said, we have to stop allowing people that live in our community talk a little intelligent and speak up for the culture. We have to understand that this thing is for real. This isn't what somebody told us. This is for real. We have to stop letting dudes that want to, they'll call it clickbait or just throw some let's be real. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is real. This lifestyle that these dudes live is for real. There's nothing for fake. This is not nothing that's new. Don't think that that's new. Like, yo, what happened with Nipsey's joint? Nah, that's just a bunch of young boys. That's probably people with a bunch of other young boys. All right, we show y'all. But when they do that, they're really disrespecting the set. It's more than Nipsey. They're disrespecting the set. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody's in the uproar. Yo, what's wrong? Yo, listen, situations like that, you got phone calls going across the phone line. Those are phone calls. Yo, so what's up? You know what I'm saying? That's not just, yo, we're going to go to war. Those are triple OGs calling each other. Yo, I thought... You know what I'm saying? That's that. I'm going to be honest with you. As much as they say that we have structure... Exactly. As much as they say that we have structure and they don't have structure, they do got some type of structure. They just don't have it on paper like the folks in the New York situation. They got some type of structure. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the triple OGs, they don't really mess with the young G's that are in the street. We're not in the see, that's the difference, right? A triple OG in California that's not in the streets, he's not going to be playing with them YGs and double OGs, and he's not doing that. He's living his life. Where here, somebody wants to be a GF, still play with the little guys and the middleman guys, and unless you're in the street. A lot of them aren't in the street. A lot of them, they got their lives together. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are still doing 3 life sentences. You know what I'm saying? You know, out there it's a little more different. A lot of these big homies is really dead. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these so-called big homies, see, it's different. They ain't get it to become a big homie. A lot of them died when they was OGs or YGs, whatever you want to put the math down. So they just know the name. Like, yeah, someone's putting in mad pains and he got killed over here. Those neighborhoods are serious, man. And this guy told you, it's generational gangbanging. The reason I brought my song up because, you know, I may not agree with everything a man does, But lately he's been on the money. I got to do with his little rap beefs and all this internet stuff that he's going through. But when he started mentioning about the culture is serious, man. I mean, y'all think it's cool that people narrate stories that don't make sense? What the hood's supposed to be? I remember saying somebody not being outside was a bad thing. But now somebody who wasn't outside, now they want to become the biggest gangster online. But we don't care about that. What we care about is, so what, you wasn't outside? Everybody had a fight before. Who ain't have a fight before? You know what I'm saying? Who ain't punched somebody in the head before? So we gotta stop. We start creating these weird narratives of what's outside is. What, you tell me what is outside? Because of the people who don't get the proper accolades are the ones that wasn't trying to catch 1,000 bodies. That took more money than the average dude that y'all would call a big homie or triple O whatever. My man Rock City, he took more money in Jeff. He took more money in Jefferson Projects than 7 of your big homies. So you could put in the same room together. You know what I'm saying? In a lifetime. And this is serious. You know what I'm saying? But you put them on because of mass incarceration. Because of mass incarceration and the gossip tells through mass incarceration, the names of them supersede Rock City. Like, nah, such and such, yeah, this is from East Harlem, yeah, I heard about son, but yeah, these are the real ones. But this man held down a whole housing complex. You know what I'm saying? The difference with him was he didn't go to the state, he went to the feds. So you understand what I'm saying? Definitely. TV in the building, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what I'm trying to get at. Understand the lanes that we are in. Respect the lanes that we are in. Understand what we're looking at. Looking at now, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. One thing that Suge Knight took off of Tupac's jacket. Nobody never spoke about the reason why Pac went to jail. Because you want to know why? The new narrative was created. This East Coast, West Coast, he got shot. That superseded why he actually went to jail. You know what I'm saying? Even though he ain't do nothing, but the charge that he went to jail for, nobody really focused on that no more. They focused on him and Biggie, West Coast, Mal Pavu, yo, he's talking crazy, Hail Mary. Nobody talked about his case no more. That's the one thing that Suge Knight was able to do. We're going to get the spotlight off of why you actually went to jail. And this is what's going to help your career, because everybody is not going to buy a rapper's music that has that type of charge. Because the media is gonna come at you. They did start already. If you was in New York City when they had Dear Mama up, Dear Mama was on the Make It to Break It. Dear Mama, that song was going against the KRS One song. You know what I'm saying? Dear Mama. So when he says Wendy Williams was going against him, and the media flexing was going against him, he was right. He was right. They was definitely trying to shut Pac down. But you see what I'm saying? Suge Knight was able to use his media power. And even though it was negative, it was created an East Coast, West Coast war. It worked. But then it got Pac killed down the line. Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? Because now Pac had to become this notorious blood. See, what happens is, you know what I'm saying? What happened is that when you create the narrative changed. So even though we can sit here and say how much Suge Knight jerked Tupac, but Suge Knight, this is what they're doing. As they say, they jerked Tupac. Because you know Harlem Double? How you said that? Because that's what's selling right now. That's what sells right now. That they're moving into what culture is selling right now. 20 years later, they're gonna sell something that they know that he probably might have been against, but they know it's marketable. And people are gonna buy it. They're going to feed off of that. And that's a whole nother culture that's going to adapt to Tupac. You know, we all laughed. But what's that guy name? Oh, what's that R&B singer name? Everybody laughed at him when he performed at a concert full of men. But they starts with an A. Yeah, I bet you that's selling by the boatload. That's selling by the boatload, bro. Now this is how crazy it is. A regular Tupac t-shirt, nobody buy it. I ain't buying no Pac shirts. I'm not doing that. I remember we had the Machiavelli shirts, and I think Eminem had a brand. We was doing the branding with that. People wasn't buying it. Now you put it to that, they selling by the boatload. You know what I'm saying? He probably got 3 million sold already. It's crazy, man. But like I told you, his family, whoever owns the copyrights to that is in the line of making business. They don't care about what we think. They only care about the business. What's gonna make us money? You know what I'm saying? And people are buying it, bro. We may hate it, but it comes to business. Are we gonna keep it real with the streets, or are we gonna think bigger than the streets? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, I can't get mad at them. That was a genius move. That was genius. Yo, the hood ain't buying it, so let's sell this to them. And people bought it. I bet you they buying it by the boatload. Let me get 30 of those shirts. We ain't gonna buy it, but now that's the culture now. Remember, there's the generation of kids that listen to hip hop, that's now that listen to Tupac, and they're gonna buy Tupac music. That's into that alternative lifestyle. That was genius when the average old school rapper, nobody's really listening to. Nobody's gonna buy a Millie Mel tape. Nobody's even buying a Big Daddy Kane tape. And no disrespect to Kane, but nobody's gonna buy a Kane tape. But now I bet you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that lifestyle is $1 billion. That lifestyle is $1 trillion industry. It's $1 trillion industry. You know what I'm saying? That industry is $1 trillion. It has a world of its own. That industry. Don't forget that hip hop was, sort of supportive of it in the beginning. It's $1 trillion industry. Yes, that's what I meant. Establishing gardens. Yep. Yes. Hell yeah, I would call it Venation Pin because I have to, bro. I do it because this is what I've done. Boom, hit it on the nose. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, Brian Walton, Zeke, you have to go to work in a few minutes. You work harder than Ace at the cleaner. That's a fact. Of course, I gotta do what I gotta do, man. You gotta do this for the people, man. You do this for the love. You know what I'm saying? I'm in love. Me and my wife is in love. And to get the things that we like to do, I gotta work. But I like to work. I like to stay busy because that's a hustle all day, 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? I just put all that energy into everything that's legal. And I'm having fun. I'm enjoying life, man. Once you begin to enjoy life, man, it's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? Definitely salute to you. You know what's deep? You know what's deep is that when it comes to marketing and selling, right? I watch stuff, right? Even Walmart stepped their game up. Notice that with their clothes? But then I realized, I did some reading about Walmart. The people that actually designed a new clothesline was a group of guys that actually used to work for Old Navy. So the designs that Walmart have now are official because they're being designed by people that worked for the Gap. Basically, Old Navy was owned by the Gap, right? So people are getting not, you know what I'm saying? So the same design that you possibly bought from Old Navy, you're gonna buy it from Walmart now. That was genius. That was genius. The people that actually designed the new clothing lines at Walmart, the new one, for females and guys and boys and girls, are being designed by a group of individuals that used to design for the Old Navy. I pay attention to business. These guys wasn't stupid. Walmart ain't going nowhere no time soon. You know what I'm saying? Why not do business? Exactly. Why not do business with one of the #1 retailers in the world? if not the number one retailer in the world. Smart move, man. That's what I said. A lot of times we have local thoughts that could be international. We have local thoughts, bro, that could be international, that could take us someplace else. You know what I'm saying? We got to think bigger than what we, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to move around. Exactly. That's at Walmart. There's things that sell at Walmart that I see and be like, yo, this is crazy. And everything's a money maker, even the music. The only times I walked into Walmart, they played Sugar Hill Gang. Yo, they even played a break beat from the 80s. I'm like, yo, whoever owned that music is getting money. Anything that you play in the Walmarts, those is copywritten songs. It's like playing on the radio, bro. This is all business and industry, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's all business and industry. You know what I'm saying? See, one thing about me, right? You may not really know. I haven't really lived in New York City for a long time. I used to live in Albany. It's connected. So, the only time I came back to New York was when I came home from jail. Yeah, you can. And come home from jail and called my pops down and he passed away. Now life goes on. Back on the road again. I'm a traveler. You understand what I'm saying? That's you if you can live in New York, if you can live in your community, not even New York, in your community, you can make it anywhere if you're a go-getter. That's it. A lot of people, I can't talk about what other dudes ain't. I know what I'm doing. I had the same 2 jobs in the last 16 months. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm doing something that's good. I'm showing you can do it. Now it goes back into, I'm gonna tell you a crown jewel, a jewel that this might be a jewel, right? Young boy just graduated high school. He got uncles they put that painting. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they do. Mama Love is an OG. Okay? Hell yeah. So now the young boy, he paid attention. As soon as he graduated from high school, he got a job. Boom. He wakes up early in the morning because he's used to doing that because he's living with one of his parents. They get up early. His parents get up early, so he knows how to prepare himself for work. So if he got to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning, he's getting up at 5, getting himself together, conditioning himself, eating, ironing his clothes, never go to work late. This is a young boy. Basic house skills. This is what I mean about kids to consciously follow what you do. That's a good job. I'm not a high school. He's about to go to school. That's what I'm talking about. Kids are only going to follow what we show them sometimes. If you're in the crib and you're showing them gang, 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 9 out of 10, they're going to be gang, gang, gang. The only difference is when they go outside, they're picking up new gang lingo, a new gang mentality. You know what I'm saying? Things that, I would never do that, but this is what they're doing. They're putting themselves in the way of being defensive. They're creating beef sometimes. Sometimes they'll create a beef. Because, I got to get my name up. What dudes do, sharks do. If we look at the Hassan Campbell, Kwame Brown beef, Hassan came at Kwame, boom, and Kwame came back at him. But all that was a win for Hassan. Why? Because all weekend long, all you see is Hassan Campbell and Kwame Brown on the internet. And now, for the upper echelon supporters of Kwame Brown, who probably didn't know who Hassan was, who probably only joined YouTube, because you got people that just hop on YouTube because to follow this Kwame Brown story, and now, let me go follow this Hassan Campbell guy. He got a lot of content. He beefing with our guy, but I like some of the stuff that he does. And didn't I say that? I said that before. Didn't I say that Harlem Double, didn't I mention that before? I mentioned that some things become a business. And that was probably one of the greatest clickbaits. That's the only that's the only time I've really seen, the only two situations I've seen that benefited him when he went out of his next level was going against my son and going against him. Because they both reacted. Okay, my son may not be a million view YouTuber, but my son is international when it comes to IG, when it comes to media. He's at all these major rallies. He's on the stage with all the major players. So now you get some of my son supporters who might go on IG. Who the hell he beefing with? Who does Hassan Campbell got? And might start following Hassan for his content. Free marketing. Free marketing. Free marketing is the best thing, bro. Yo, he just got an endorsement, good or bad, from an NBA player. But the one thing I'm going to say about Kwame Brown is I like the second message he's putting out there. Because I like the fact that let's just talk about, forget about y'all, that beef, wherever y'all going through with words, but let's talk about the solutions. Yo, what can fix what? Where you from? Remember, it has to start in the household. It has to start somewhere. You can't fix that outside of your house, but your household's in shambles. You got to have some type of stability. If you think that you're going to save the world, but you're eating out of garbage can in the street, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Puff, with this love thing, he's changing a narrative. Somebody said Little Nas X. Let me tell you something before I get ready. I sat here and said, okay, the tribe, remember he had the little B, remember the little rapper Little B? I don't know what he was, but they kept trying to come at him crazy about the alternative lifestyle. It didn't really work too much. Then you had a couple of rappers, but it didn't go too far because hip-hop was masculine, super masculine at this point in time. Remember the Little B scenario? He had the Mr. C. Then you had 6ix9ine. He had the rainbow hair. So dudes was coming at the rainbow hair. He got all this beef, all this drama. But he created what Harlem Double said, an algorithm for that. So now other individuals that was not showing it publicly, now they wearing the rainbow hair. But I'm going to tell you who was the first one I seen do it. Was Dennis Rodman. He's the first person I seen that was playing NBA basketball for the Bulls, and he would color his hair funny. Yellow, pink, yellow, gray, boom. He's the first one that we seen doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I bet you, wherever Dennis Rodman is at, he might be sitting well. Because he's the first one I ever seen with a rainbow hair, playing for the championship Bulls. He ain't playing for, you know what I'm saying? He's winning championships with his hair looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's the first one that we seen doing like the color scheme, you know what I'm saying? And you see he's never, no matter what he's done, they always trying to find a way for him to win. You know what I'm saying? So now we have 6ix9ine. But then 6ix9ine, he goes against everything. He gets too hype. He starts F this, F that, whatever he's doing. Boom, 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 boom. So they realize that he has a lot of hits, but his whole energy comes off of this 9 Trey thing. So now that he's not 9 Trey, we need somebody to replace him. Now, Little Nas X was out. He blew up. Now, remember, before the person to come out was Frank Ocean. But I think since nobody ever seen Frank Ocean with his significant other, or him doing nothing that was crazy or weird, that we would say is weird, they sort of pushed Frank Ocean to the side. Boom. So now we got Little Nas X. So Little Nas X does a crazy video. A video that, wait a minute. It's a crazy video. Right? Remember the sneakers with the blood in them? $1,000, Nike beefing about it. The video was crazy. Lap dancing with the devil, you know what I'm saying? So now that think about this. The BET Awards, which got upset at Waka Flocka for spitting or throwing water all over the place when he performed one year, allows this. Let's bring Little Nas X up. We want some of that money. We need some of that bread. This is what MTV been doing, right? MTV had Frank Ocean up there. They had, let's do that. Now the whole thing is, so why the BET Awards never had 6ix9ine up there, even before he told? He was actually representing that. He was actually beefing because of the hair. Had nothing to do with him. Everything else with him being soft, he a sucker. The whole thing was how you gonna be a gang member, right? With rainbow hair. That was the original beef, but then from there it went every place else. Nobody took him serious. But then Lil Nas X, he kisses somebody on the lips, and they're playing that song. They're playing his music in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? They're playing that music in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference when you're humble. You know what I'm saying? They do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hold on, Corinne. You know why they do that for? Because it's a bigger world now. It's got to a point where the voices that was there that was like, no, ain't there no more. The people that's in position of power, like, man, forget that because it's a bigger world now. We see what's going on around us. That's one thing. Other than these young boys killing each other, we're seeing a lot of the young boys transitioning at a young age. We see this. We see what's going on. So if we're paying attention to what's going on, there's a crowd for this. Yeah, there's a crowd for this. Ain't no, it's nothing that's new and it's nothing that's different. There's an actual crowd for this. And it's hard to say that because of where hip hop is at with these young boys, he's gonna shine. Because he's not going gun for nobody. He's not smoking dead homies in the blood. He ain't going to Crenshaw and writing CK or BK killer. So it works for him. He has the biggest gang behind him. You know what I'm saying? The biggest gang behind him, other than the blue and whites, is the rainbow. And they're fully behind him. Yeah. They would have did that 20 years ago, Quinn. But now they don't care because they have the power. They're in position of power. And they think now is, this is their thing now. If you don't like it, turn your TV off. But we're throwing it out there to our masses. That's the whole purpose of them putting themselves in position of power so that they can show their power. It took them years to do it, but they did it. Listen, Janet Jackson's still beefing with Justin Timberlake over the Super Bowl incident. You know what I'm saying? But then these guys kissed. But then what they're going to say is, nah, but BET's on cable. But they know people that, Viacom is Viacom. Viacom is the same company that owns CBS, VH1, MTV, MTV2, and BET. Super that, you know what I'm saying? They got the power. Think about it. Who wakes up in the morning and goes, let's make Tupac t-shirts. Yeah, we don't want to see that, but it's in our face. When we see gangsters wearing rainbow shirts, what they represent? When we see dudes running outside with the Polaroid rainbow shirts or the rainbow fitted hats with the red, they representing that brand. They represent that brand. He had some dudes that are into that lifestyle, but they realize that brand is most popular. You know what I'm saying? That brand is most popular, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to East Harlem, though. Shout out to Washington. Follow my man Jeffrey, Hilltop Music Group. You know what I'm saying? Definitely follow Jeffrey, Hilltop Music Group. He's doing this thing on IG. Oh yeah, Velly back, him and Mo Funds. They got a song out. Check out, Velly MMB. He popping, he rocking. You know what I'm saying? He got some new joint out. The new joint. He got some great views on it, 22,000 already. Video popping. Let's get into it. Shout out to Punch, man, for showing love to Velly MMB. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is what's going on. So now think about this. We have a powerful community that have all the money, that have all the resources. Another community that has all the money, all the resources, and we still gangbanging. We still trying to kill each other. Believe me, they killing each other, but they do it through economics. See, they kill each other through economics. We kill each other for real. You know what I'm saying? They kill each other through economics, bro. And that's what we got to change at, my G's. Gangster, gangster to gangster. G to G, bro. They moved out the hood when they seen that they was killing. What you think? The Italians ain't wake up one morning and go, yo, we're killing each other over here? So some of them moved to Thrive's Neck. They moved to a place called Howard Beach, Benchner's. A lot of them derived from East Harlem. You got to move out the community. You got to move out the war zones. You have to create a new. You have to create your own world eventually in life. You have to create your own. John Gotti's from East New York, Brooklyn, I heard. No, Brownsville, East New York. Somewhere over there. A lot of these guys come from my same community, those same tenements that we lived in, most of them lived in. You know what I'm saying? But they was war zones when they was growing up. I gotta get my family out. Yo, this was a dope live, man. I think it was dope, man. Let me shout out to Smitty Brim, you heard? Nowadays, that's promotional. Nowadays, that'll get you a promotion on your job. Be real, definitely. That'll get you a job nowadays. This is what's going on. Your supervisor, if you're watching, if you're paying attention, your average supervisor is a part of the alternative lifestyle. Most of them are. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. You work somewhere now, you're super, okay, boom, boom, boom. Yeah? Well, like I told you, while we're still gang banging, while we're still gang, they're putting themselves where it's important, in economics, in all the economics. You know what I'm saying? All through the economics. Yo, somebody asked me a question the other day. They said, yo, Zeke, what you think about these how long the new rappers and how their longevity? And I said, the new rappers and longevity, the internet is eating them up. Because they have to live up to this new character that they create on the internet. They either get themselves killed, get themselves cased up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Still cased up. Still, these drugs that they're taking is going to catch up to them. All these opiates, all these mollies, all this fentanyl, all these chemicals they put in their body is going to catch up to them when they hit our age. Like, see, our generation, you see what happened with our generation, a lot of dudes that wasn't eating right, diabetes is knocking them off the couch. Bong, 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 bong. Dudes that was sniffing that coke or doing them hard drugs, heart attacks. We seen that our generation. Imagine this generation that's coming up that's doing 4 drugs at a time. All this affects you 20 years down the line unless you start cleaning your soul now. What I mean cleaning your soul is exercising. God can't save you. You got to save yourself. Don't worry about the other sides yet. Focus on now. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing I can tell you, man. You got to focus on now. That's what knocked off our generation, other than the bodies, our health. And now imagine, some of us just smoke weed, some of us just drink, supposed to have a liver here and there. But now look at these young boys that's getting liver cancer. That's dying of liver disease, and because it's drinking all that lean. Heart attacks because they popped 50 mollies one night and took some fentanyl. Fentanyl is knocking these young boys off the count. Now they taking crystal meth in the hood. You know what I'm saying? You got to be mindful. You don't know what pills you're taking. You think you're buying an E pill, you're buying a meth pill. You hear me? With that being said, man, you know, I got to get ready to go to work. Salute to St. Louis. Salute to wifey. I had to give you some early morning juice. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're thinking you'll feel, put in that joint. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. These young boys, they doing perk 30s, mollies, might sip some lean by the day's over. What you think their body gonna be like when they 40 years old? Gonna be eating, bro. And this is all legal chemicals. All these chemicals is legal that they taking. There's nothing illegal about it. As you taking them, you're taking physical. So you're taking more than the opium. You're taking all these other chemicals. that they putting in this. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. But that being said, I gotta go. I gotta go make the donuts work. That being said, peace. I see y'all later. This is some early morning juice, man. Don't disrespect the dead, man. Respect the dead. Let the dead. If you live in gang territory, well, you know what comes with that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know all that BKCK going with dudes' names and all that. That means something. The 5 popping, 6 dropping, all that disrespect. Y'all know in the real world, over here, it means something. I can't go in the club to my 5 popping, 6 dropping. That's going to get me shot. See, in New York, you can do that and people laugh. It's a dirty game, man. I'm going to have the radio station up and popping today. When I get home, I'm going to do a couple of shows, you heard? I'm gonna take it back to the M&F and streets. That be shout out to support my man Twin Glock 99, Twin Glock 99 on IG. You know what I'm saying? We in the building. Salute to St. Louis. Salute to Harlem. You know what I'm saying? That being said, peace. Oh, definitely salute to my man Millionaire Cali. Shout out to Millionaire Cali. You know, Edgecombe 145th and all that. Harlem, you heard? With that being said, deuces. That picture I took was actually, they have a graffiti wall downtown St. Louis by the train tracks. Seriously, it's ill. It's a whole wall full of graffiti. There's a lot of graffiti in St. Louis, believe it or not. And I took a picture like last summer where I was out there with wife. We went somewhere. And I said, let me take a flick real fast. That's oh yeah, sub the G-Dub Quinn channel. Don't say step your sub the G-Dub Twins channel. It's dope. It's dope. It's an adult channel. We have adult conversations, and there's a lot of OGs you have on there. Them OGs from the blocks and the streets that transition to doing good things in life. So definitely follow the bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, it's bigger than each one teach one when you really got that going on in your house. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, man, if you're struggling in life, that's because you choose to struggle. That's just it. There's nothing on the side of it. Don't feel sorry for me. We're too grown. That layer too, you know what I'm saying? That's just how that go. We're grown adults. Certain things we can do and certain things we should not be doing. And that's just it. Whatever you do to win, it doesn't hurt my pockets. Whatever you do to win, as long as you keep my name out of it, I don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? And I have no reason to come up. A good friend of mine said this to me one day. Go clock out, my man said. If I understand you beefing with dudes online, see, I get it. This is what the game you playing. You know, you're in the media, people are gonna go against it. Some shit you might say it to. We get it. But if dudes act like they know you and they just don't know you, right? You gotta stop the clock. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's 1,000 things to talk about other than Zeke Black. You're meeting of Zeke Black at one point in time in his life. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. And that's just it. That's my brother. And I say, yo, that's it. They ain't gotta let it go. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gotta find a way to let you go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that's just how life goes, bro. They gotta find a time in your life to let you go. To let whatever they think is I don't know. He goes, nah, that, and that's just what it is, bro. That's what it is, bro. Dudes don't be knowing, you know what I'm saying? They don't know no better. You know what I mean? You got to end that. Sometimes you got to jump out the window and be like, you know what? My bad. I apologize to even entertaining this silliness. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that and then move on. You got to do that. It's not, that's just common sense. You don't keep attaching yourself to this craziness. You don't know these dudes. They don't know you. They met you and assume that they know you. You know, it's insane. But that's what it goes. But that's what happens in life, see? The difference is like, you see how we are? My man said, you know how we grew up? We don't really hang out with each other. It's crazy. He goes, yo, think about all the dudes you've been around in your lifetime. Some dudes are just, it's, you know what I mean? So you have to go Dude, you know what? Because it becomes weird. People say the worst things in the arguments, words, debates, whatever the case. You can say, yeah, that comes with beefing. Okay, we get it. All right, move on. And that's how the game goes. He goes, you know what I'm saying? He go, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? This is being real. The dudes that you speak to, the dudes that go, yo, Zeke, what's up? These dudes really had an impact in the streets in the 90s. Remember that. These dudes love you, see? These are the guys that love you. Shout out to my man Rock City, yo. Get into him with that bad madness. My man Hakeem and all of them. And that's all that matters, man. The dudes you grew up with. The dudes that actually know, the dudes that when you first came outside you had fun with. Everything else you've been a traveler. Rest in peace, GG. Shout out to GM family. Mikey B's home. Love is love. You heard? Don't forget, follow G'd Up Quinn and follow my man Team Smoke. Get into it. Let's get him to that 1,000. Let's get Team Smoke to that 1,000. You heard? Well, with that being said,